from brookeboothcoaching.com. I'm going to talk about an emotion today. This is a super valuable tip. So if you are a Mormon in a mixed faith marriage, this is for you. This will help your mixed faith marriage a ton. So the other day, I got angry at my husband. He could see I was upset. I knew I was upset. We knew it was going on. Maybe you've had this happen in your marriage. Maybe it's happened like a million times, right? And he asked me, are you upset? Why are you upset? Very common thing to happen in my marriage. And I have been learning a lot lately about passive aggression, and I didn't want to show passive. I didn't want to say I'm fine when I wasn't. I didn't want to say I'm fine when he and I both knew that wasn't the case. But that's definitely been my pattern in the past. And at the same time, I didn't fully know what was going on. I was in the middle of anger, right? Anger was the primary emotion I was experiencing. And when we're flooded with emotions, our prefrontal cortex turns off completely. Our limbic system turns on, and we can't think rationally. So what that means is I couldn't answer his question adequately. Why are you upset? I didn't have the cognitive abilities in that moment to answer that question in a way that would be satisfying for me and satisfying for him. So here's what I did instead. So instead of just sweeping my emotions under the rug, or instead of just jumping down his throat, both of which I have done in the past, I want to share what I did instead so you can use it and use it often. This is what I said. I said, I'm angry. I don't know why. I'm in the middle of it and I haven't had a chance to analyze it and articulate my reasons. And that's all I said. And it was wonderful and it was empowering and it totally diffused the situation. And I want to tell you why. A few reasons I think why this worked. One, I was open and honest with me and with him. I didn't try to pretend something was wrong. I wasn't dishonest and said I'm fine when I wasn't. So I was direct and clear and honest, right? One other reason it really worked too is I didn't explode or devolve into nonsense, which I've been known to do before. I recognized my anger, but I knew I didn't need to react from it. I allowed it to be there without apology and without reaction. Now, some people don't get this. They don't understand how you can allow emotion to be there and not react to it. This is how. You just let it be there. You feel it, but it doesn't mean you have to react to it. Okay. Another reason why this was so empowering is I didn't pressure myself or need to justify my anger with a coherent reason of why I was angry. I was angry and I didn't know why just then. Maybe I would never know why. But that didn't invalidate my experience and I didn't make it mean I was dumb or that I wasn't smart enough to figure this out. I just let that be. And the result of all of this is that my anger just passed, right? It processed through. It passed because I allowed it and acknowledged it. It processed because I validated it. I didn't lose my temper. I didn't say anything short or unkind. I didn't ruminate. I didn't get resentful. I simply felt the anger and then it processed through and it left. This is a very significant tip. Now, I used it with anger, but you can use it with any number of emotions. You could use it with sadness. You could use it with frustration. You could use it with disappointment, betrayal. Like you could use it with any number of emotions because often what happens is when we want to give an answer, somebody sees we're upset and they're like, tell me what's wrong. Why are you upset? What's happening? We don't always know in the moment. We're just sometimes need to take a moment to just feel it, allow it, process it. Then when the prefrontal cortex comes back online, then we can analyze it and seek to understand it. Find out then, what was I thinking? What was going on that caused all of this? You don't need to do that in the moment. And I think that's the gift of grace I'm trying to communicate here. is nothing needs to be done in the moment other than just being with it and feeling it. Nothing needs to be said or explained or justified. Just feel it, and then later you can go back, and if you want to give any explanations or justifications, you'll be able to. You'll be able to understand upon reflection. So I think this is a great thing for a mixed faith marriage, because a lot of times when we're in the thick of it, we demand of ourselves to be able to explain it. We demand of ourselves to be able to be articulate and coherent and to say very brilliant, clever, helpful things. And it's just asking too much of ourselves. When we're in the thick of emotion, what we need to expect of ourselves and ask of ourselves is just to experience and process it and allow it and hold space for it. All right, try this next time you have a conversation and you notice something comes up for you. You feel the emotion arise. This is what I'm going to suggest you do. I think it'll work out well. All right, wishing you the best.